So the state of Alaska is going to help falsify records for a fraudulent divorce to steal a trust fund, right? State of Alaska officials, right? So I go to Vital Records and I go down there. I pay with my Discover card, so I know what I used. And so anyway, I go down there and I want to get a copy, a certified copy of this decree, right? And it's 2 years later, and my friend Dave comes on Facebook and he says, "Hey, Kim, you're in a fake divorce." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no, I got to run to Vital Stats and get a certificate of divorce. That'll prove I have a legal divorce." I go down there and they tell me, "Your husband didn't file suit in his legal name." And this is almost 2 years after divorce because they've all stolen a trust fund from me, right? And he goes, "Your husband didn't file suit in his legal name, and so we can't give you a certificate of divorce because you don't have a legal decree. That decree you're holding does not have his legal name on it," right? And they just ignore me all the way through court because everybody's getting paid off with a stolen trust fund, right? I have no idea it even exists at this date. I just can't figure out why he did not file suit in his legal name, right? And so anyway, she shows me this document at Vital Records, right? This is before they get bought off. It shows how the state of Alaska works. Probably a whole government, right? So anyway, it says, motion to amend decree of divorce and restore plaintiff's maiden name. Why do you have to motion to do that? I mean, he can just, law enforcement told me he can just switch out names anytime he wants. He can go from LG to Alfonsi to LG to Alfonsi, but this agency says, no, he can't. And you can't have a certificate of divorce because the man didn't get a divorce decree issued in the name. No, everybody's going to ignore that because they're passing around my stolen trust fund, right? And they want me dead, right? So that's what this is all about. Kiss my ass. So anyway, motion to amend decree right there. So it's done in October 12th, 2017, after this decree is issued in this non-legal name. His attorney goes on to do a motion after this decree is issued in his non-legal name. I have no idea this is going on, right? I don't know. Vital Records shows me this document and says, we can't give you a legal divorce, a certificate of divorce, because he didn't file suit in his legal name. Okay, so motion to amend decree of divorce and restore plaintiff's maiden name. Come now, plaintiff, by and through the undersigned counsel. There's this undersigned counsel. And herewith moves this court to amend the decree of divorce to restore the plaintiff's maiden name to Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi. Okay. The plaintiff's name is listed as Kevin L. Alfonsi LG on his driver's license. The DMV changed Mr. Alfonsi's name to Alfonsi LG following his marriage. DMV will not restore. DMV is not going to do it, but the police officers are like, oh, it's okay if he switches out his names. DMV will not restore the name of Alfonsi to the plaintiff without a court order. The plaintiff, therefore, requests that the court amend the decree of divorce. I ask them, they ignore me. Issued in this matter and restore his name to Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi. Respectfully dated this 12th day of October 2017. Okay, they're restoring his name back to the name he filed suit in because they knew he didn't file suit in his legal name, right? So I go to Vital Records, right, and they're saying, yeah, no, we got this decree, or we got this motion to change his name. The courthouse never sent a divorce decree, and clerical errors all over this son of a bitchin' case, right? She says, yeah, the courthouse never sent us a decree, so we couldn't process one, you know, and they sent the second decree, but we could never process it because they never sent the original decree. Why didn't they send that original decree? Because it showed he didn't file suit in his legal name. This is all about stealing trust fund money and murdering my ass. Okay, so she goes and she prints me out 2 records of certified records not found. And she does one for the name Kevin Alfonsi. There's the certification number right there. And she does it on July 5th, 2019, because that's when I'm there. Divorce was final on 8/31/2017. Whole time I'm walking around thinking I'm divorced. I'm not. I have a trust fund. They're robbing at this date. They're robbing that trust fund, and they plan on murdering me and doing a full estate robbery with a man using fraudulent identification, right? Okay, so then she also prints me out another certified record not found, right? She does that. And this one's in the name Kevin Alfonsi LG. Record not found, record not found. No record of divorce found in that name, okay? So that happens. So then a month later, or actually a few months later, look at this. Look at this. This is what a real certificate of divorce looks like, right? Okay, so that's what one looks like. In Alaska. This is what it looks like, right? And that's from my first divorce that I had. This is what a real one looks like, right? So that's what a real one looks like. Okay, and I even do a name change back to Kim L.G. Owens on it. I mean, yeah, because I was, and then I later on changed my name to Kim L.G. So anyway, this is a real, authentic certificate of divorce. Well, after I go to Vital Records, I go motion the court for a legal decree. They're like, uh-oh, because this isn't going along with the trust fund fraud. They're like, crap, we got to make up a certificate of divorce. Well, they know they can't give me a legal one, right? Because they know he filed suit in his non-legal name. So what does the state of Alaska do? State of Alaska do. So he's getting help from higher ups, right? They create this monstrosity for me. You can see it's authentic. It was created at the agency. Does it look like the other one? They're both from Alaska. They're both from Alaska. This is what a true Alaska certificate of divorce looks like, right? Even when the lady prints it out for me, this other one, she's like, you know, what the hell? So anyway, I go in and I get another one, you know. So anyway, okay, now look at the other one. And this was, I was just there, and they said, you don't have a legal divorce from him. He didn't file suit in his legal name. They called that agency and said, hurry up and create something for her. We've already stolen her trust fund. Yeah, let's create some fraudulent documents for Miss LG at the Vital Records. And you did. And what do they call it, though? A certification of divorce. And when did they file it? January 9th. 2020. So I was there on 7/5/2019, right? And they're like, crap, we never sent in the VS. They couldn't send in the VS 401 form or anything, because then I'd find out I wasn't legally divorced, right? And they didn't want me legally divorced. So they create this fraud at the Division of Vital Records for me. And it's not a certificate of divorce. It's a certification of divorce. So this is showing how he even got higher ups to help him, because everybody's they're stealing a trust fund from me, right? They're doing a whole identity swap. They're going to make me disappear and murder my ass. So I'm going to tell you, your government is especially in Alaska, a seriously misogynistic state against women, and they'll falsify documents to help hide a crime for a man who can pay him off with a stolen trust fund. They'll do it. I can't make this crap up. I can't do this. I don't have the ability, but I got the document. So on all documents, this is what they look like. So yeah, this is issued in his non-legal name. Because what is the most important thing in this whole state? It's to hide that name, Kevin Alfonsi LG, the name on that stolen trust fund. They didn't go out of their way to hide the name Kevin LG for nothing. They're getting paid off. State officials are getting paid off. Right at the top of the government, right? They'll even falsify documents for him, right? And then pass them off to me as authentic. Yeah, they need the crap investigated out of them.